Welcome to my yin yoga class. So for this class, if you have a bolster, maybe some yoga blocks, you can have a cozy blanket. So if you don't know what yin yoga is we'll be holding poses anywhere from 30 seconds to maybe 3 minutes. It might be a little bit longer and use your breath. So we're going to be releasing energy that might be stuck in some joints and some muscles, tendons, ligaments. If you've had a physical, mentally, or emotional trauma, it can be held within your body. So we're going to use our breathing and our conscious focus in transmuting that energy and creating more lightness, more space within our body. So if at any time a pose is getting too much for you, feel free to get out of the pose. You can go back into it when you're ready or choose another pose that feels better for you. But try to stay in the pose for as long as you can and watch those thoughts because sometimes we'll have those thoughts that, oh, this is uncomfortable, I can't do this. So watch that and use your breath and talk to yourself with kindness. And we'll work through this and feel so much lighter at the end. To have more videos that like this, please like, subscribe, send me your comments, share the videos, and we'll see you on the next video as well. But for now, let's get started with yin yoga. So we're going to start in child's pose. Maybe your arms are reached out in front, or maybe you want to have your hands by your feet. Knees opposite the edges of the mat, or together to touch for a little more gentleness on that lower back. Forehead down on the mat, gently pushing your heart towards the mat. Feel your upper back broadening, activating with energy. Feel maybe some constriction in your solar plexus, so in your belly. Focus in on your breath, maybe breathing in and out through your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can activate your Ujjayi breath if that's part of your practice. So as you breathe out, you slightly constrict the back of your throat and you make an audible breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. Continue this breath throughout the class. Gently pushing your heart down towards the mat. Feel your heart chakra opening. Maybe you'll feel or see a spinning wheel of green energy representing the love that you give. Notice the heart chakra on your back. So again, the spinning wheel of green energy. Sometimes we might have some pain or pressure in the back of our heart chakra. When it's at the back, it can represent an old trauma, even from a past life, or maybe from your ancestral lineage. Set an intention for this practice. Walk your hands over towards the right. Place that forehead back down and lean those hips to the left. Enjoy this really nice side body stretch. Relax into this pose. Is there anything that's feeling constricted that you can let go of more? Let's walk our hands over to the left. Place that forehead back down. Relax into the pose while you're leaning those hips to the right. You might even overlap your hands for an extra intensity of the stretch. Notice any thoughts that might be popping in. Be an observer of your thoughts. No need to get entangled within them. Notice them and allow them to drift away and find that blank space within your breathing. Walk your hands back to center. Press your forearms down on the mat. Push up onto your forearms, bringing your bum up, and then walk your legs back behind you, bringing your hips down to the mat. Gently pushing against the mat to raise your chest up, drawing your shoulder blades together. And breathe. Opening up that heart chakra. Feeling the beautiful stretch across your belly. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Those wings are drawing towards one another. That heart chakra is open. Your throat chakra is also open without having a big extension in the neck. The neck is open, yet not strained. Another breath here. Slide your left arm forward on the mat, bringing your belly closer to the mat. Take your right arm. You're going to thread the needle with your palm facing up underneath that left arm, keeping your hips level. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Nice deep breaths. Allow this stretch to penetrate deeply into that right wing, releasing any tension in the center upper back. With every breath in, think of bringing love, light, healing, gratitude, peace, calm into your body and directing it to the area that we're focusing on at each time within each pose. As you breathe out, that love and light energy is spreading to every cell, creating lightness, creating forgiveness and peace in whatever has happened within the past, and creating lightness with whatever fears, anxieties that might be present for your future. All is well. You are safe. As you breathe in, feel your back expanding outward. And as you breathe out, feel it fully relax into the mat. On your next breath in, you can unthread the needle and reach that right arm straight out in front and exchange your left arm to go underneath that right arm, keeping your hips level and on the mat and bringing your forehead. In and out through the nose. Sometimes we can hold on to emotions or energy that's associated with our relatives and maybe far deep into our lineage. Things can come through our DNA. Sometimes we can have reactions to things that we don't even understand where they might come from. Those can be embedded within our body, and we acknowledge them. We have an opportunity to send them back from where they came, cleansed, healed, which helps us to heal our lineage, going generations back and generations forward. We can set the intention during this practice to send back all energy that does not belong to us, back to where it came, cleansed, sending it back with love. With your next breath in, you can unthread that needle and bring both hands by your chest. We're going to do 3 cobras here. So we're going to add in some flow movement. So breathe in and raise that chest up, drawing your shoulder blades together. Breathe out, come back down. Breathe in and come up. Breathe out and down. If you like, you can do it one more time. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and down. And bring your right arm out to the side. Take your left ankle, cross it over the right, and roll onto one hip, using the left hand that's beside your face for leverage. Push yourself over to that side hip. You can stay here or kickstand the left leg behind your right. Find comfort in the pose. Use your breath. We're going deep into that right shoulder, which is also opening up the side of your heart. And we're also using that left glute muscle and the upper hamstring to support us and open the hip with that kickstanded leg. You're needing to use your core to also help you stay in this position, as well as that arm that's activated with that left hand pushing into the mat. We'll do more restorative poses shortly. About 10 more seconds in this pose. When you're ready, rolling back onto your belly, and let's switch our arms, the right hand beside the face, left arm spread out to the side, crossing the right ankle over the left and rolling onto that left hip. And maybe kickstanding the top leg behind you as you're pushing your hand against the mat. Send breath to that left shoulder and love
to your right glute muscle. And also your lower back that's getting a gentle twist. About 10 more seconds in this pose. Rolling back onto your belly. Hands by your heart. Push yourself up onto your knees. And we're going to come to our bums. And you can gently swing your legs around. You can grab your bolster and put it on top of your legs. So we're going to do staff pose. Flex your feet. So bring your toes up towards you. Reach your arms up to the air. And then hinge forward, reaching towards your toes to the end of the bolster. And fold. If your head can lie down onto your bolster, fantastic. Or you can even grab a block to have it higher up. I have a block underneath my forehead, which is on top of my bolster. And as I get deeper and more relaxed into the pose, I have an opportunity to remove the block and get a bit deeper. Now, right now, our feet are flexed with our toes coming up. But in a moment, we'll be relaxing our feet and helping ourselves to go a little deeper. Are your shoulders relaxed? Can you make them more relaxed? Can you draw your belly button in towards your spine? Breathing deep, having your breath out audible, bringing in love and light, softness, compassion. As you breathe out, allowing yourself to get more relaxed into the pose. You can soften your feet now. If you're using the block under your head, maybe you can remove it. And maybe not. It's okay. And you can even place your head on the back of your hands. Is there any part of your body you can relax more? You can feel a nice stretch up the backs of your legs, going into your glutes and into your lower back. Send some breath to your lower back to release any constriction. Let's decompress the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. In this pose, your solar plexus is in a constricted position. Coming into positions like this can help with your digestion. It can also help with your confidence, your courage, your willpower. Two inches below your belly button is a power center called your dantian. This is like the pilot light for your solar plexus, but also for that internal fire to just flow right up and burn what is no longer serving you away, transmuting it, disintegrating it into purity, pure love and light energy. In your mind's eye, you can connect in with this pilot light. As I said, 2 inches below your belly button. See that flame, nice and strong, burning right into your solar plexus, your spinning wheel of yellow or golden energy. See that fire growing, building, and moving upward through your body, releasing all that you are ready to let go of. What has been coming up for you, maybe within your dreams, maybe within the daytime, different fears, anxieties. Is there a root issue, a root pattern of fearing things won't work out for you, or that you're not enough? What is it for you? Maybe this pattern never belonged to you in the first place. We can send it back where it came, with love. If it did belong to you, because something you've experienced in this lifetime, then let's use this powerful energy to transmute it and fill all those spaces, all those crevices within you where there was once the heaviness and the self-doubt, with inner strength and power. About another 20 seconds in this pose.
When you're ready, you can sit up. We're going to put our feet into a cobbler's pose. So the bottoms of your feet together, your legs out to the side. If you want, you can put the bolster between your legs on top of your feet. You can also use a block. You might have it on the tall side going up, so you can put your forehead on it. I want you to hinge forward from the hips as opposed to rounding the back. Hinge forward. You might even have your yoga block on an angle to place your forehead on. You don't need to use a yoga block if you don't have it. You can hinge forward and hold on to the end of your bolster. And breathe. Gently pushing your knees down towards the mat. If you're holding the end of your bolster, you can draw it in towards your pelvis. Send some breath to your lower back, creating an openness in your lower vertebrae. And you let go anymore in other areas. Do you have tension? You have an opportunity to release. Even if you're drawing your bolster in towards your pelvis and your muscles are activated there, can you release in other places? Try to keep your neck in alignment with your spine. So if you're hinged forward, your neck is not like a U shape going down. Five more seconds here. Slowly sit yourself back up. We're going to move into a lizard pose. So you're going to start by coming onto your hands and knees. You can move your bolster out of the way for now. You might be using it, so keep it close. You can bring your right foot to the top right side of the mat. Slide that back leg back behind you. You might have your bolster horizontal across the top of your mat or vertical going down between your legs. You can bring your forearms down onto your bolster if that feels okay for you. If going that low doesn't work for you, you can stay on your hands. You can also put your right foot onto the blade edge if that feels okay for you, dropping that knee outward. So this can be an intensive hip stretch. Send some breath to that hip. Maybe you're picturing a ball of white light, radiating bright, spinning beautifully, and clearing out any density.
If it works for you to go lower onto your mat, maybe you don't need your bolster, you can come down lower. Nice deep breaths. You can even use a block or your bolster if you don't have your arms on it to place your forehead on it. About 10 more seconds here. If you want to stay longer in this pose, you can. Otherwise, come back up, maybe onto your hands. Bring that leg back behind you and bring that left leg forward to the outside, the left outside edge of the mat. You might put that foot onto the blade edge. You can bring your forearms down to a block or a bolster and find your peace in the pose. Breathing in, breathing out. You might notice that one hip is tighter than the other. Acknowledge that. Your left side is your feminine. You're being open to receive resources, support, love, compliments, guidance, abundance. Maybe you're picturing that spinning wheel of white energy in that left hip, radiating bright, expanding, softening, creating space, transmuting heaviness into light. And that Tantian pilot light burning upwards, burning away the old as you step into the new, like the phoenix soaring out of the ashes. About 10 more seconds in this pose. If you're ready, coming out of that pose, bringing that leg behind you, you're going to take your bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can take some pillows. You can put the bolster on its side if that feels okay for you. Feel free to adjust it. And you're going to be lying on the back of it with if it feels okay on your neck, your head can be hanging off the back of it, but you can also use a yoga block and have it on its side maybe. So it might be a little bit lower than your bolster. If it feels better for you to have your neck in total alignment with your bolster, you can have your head on your bolster or on your block at the same height. Arms are out nice and wide, like a T, or a little softer. Your arms might be a little closer towards your hips. Palms are up. Chest is open. Legs can be sprawled out. Allow your cervical spine to decompress. Allow that throat chakra to open up. Spinning wheel of sky blue energy, allowing you to speak your truth to yourself and to others. If it feels better for you to have your knees bent, you can have them bent and either your legs wide or maybe your knees touching. Just listen to your body, adjust as you need to. We all have probably different lengths of bolsters as well. So you need to go with what is best for your body. Anytime you're doing, whether it's yin yoga, any type of yoga or fitness activity, if you have pain, please stop immediately. If you have some discomfort because your body is stretching, and sometimes you need to use your breath to work through it, to get to more lengthening, more comfort and ease. About 10 more seconds in this pose.
before we go to our final resting pose for Shavasana. When you're ready, you can slowly either roll off of your bolster or come to a seat on it, just so you can remove the bolster out of the way. Get yourself comfy for Shavasana. So if you want to put on something more cozy, grab a blanket. If you like, you can put blocks under your thighs. Get comfortable. Focus in on your breath. Maybe add some belly breathing. As you breathe in, your belly rises. As you breathe out, it falls. If you have any constriction in a certain area of your body, send some breath to that area. Focus your attention on sending love, light, and openness to that constriction. Last night, I had a dream which then turned into an awakened vision of new codes being ignited within me. If you are watching this video now, the same codes are being placed within you for activation. The first code was an activation within your heart space. It's a beautiful emerald green, helping you to remember the deep, beautiful love that's available to you. Helping you to love yourself deeper, which opens and expands your heart to love others in the same depth. And allows others to love you to the same depth. Another code is being placed in your solar plexus. And this is a rainbow code. All the colors of the rainbow are within it, helping you to be your courageous self in the beautiful, colorful uniqueness that you are. So you can take action, stand in your power, and then speak your truth with love, without fear of judgment.
Because of your beautiful uniqueness, not everyone is going to understand, to be able to embrace all that you are. They can only see and experience things from their own lens of perception. But when you stand within your power, this is my beautiful uniqueness. This is me. And I will take action in a way that is right for me without fear of angering anyone, letting anyone else down. Because you can give that responsibility of emotions back to them. Everyone is responsible for their own emotions. So when things get ignited within each of us, it is not the blame of others. It is simply a brilliant opportunity for us as an individual to heal, to see a pattern that maybe we no longer need, to gain more compassion, to widen our lens of perception. Allow this new code to penetrate your solar plexus, helping you to feel strong in all of your colors. Picture yourself as a beautiful peacock with an array of colors on your tail feathers. What is your design? Picture your unique colors, pattern, how big your tail span is, how vibrant you are. Start to deepen your breath. Feel the mat beneath you. Feel how it's connecting in with different parts of your body. With your eyes closed, start to picture the room around you. When you're ready, you might roll onto one side into the cozy fetal position as a temporary resting pose before you're ready to sit up. You can keep your eyes closed the whole time as you transition into a seated position. Shoulder blades are drawing back, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe bring your hands in prayer to your heart space. Deep breath here. Let something go. From the light within me, I honor the light within you. Namaste.